Do not adjust. Do not adjust your monitors.
I think I'm. Nah, I ain't that. I ain't got it right.
There you go. We just gonna leave that alone. We gonna stop. But yeah, it's been a minute, but we're back. 2/3. First of all, shout out to my man Roy Tiger Brown. I wanted to get to because I've been last couple of episodes I've been forgetting. Don't know why, but let me get that out the way. Also, you can find us on look for us on all your social media. Look for us on Facebook. Look for us on YouTube. Look for us on Instagram. And coming soon, TikTok.
Oh
We gonna be all over the place.
yeah.
So like, comment, subscribe, sit back and enjoy the ride. I am one of your hosts. I'm the straight shooter. I'm Roy. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat it. You might not like what you hear, but it's the truth coming from me, or my version of the truth.
Definitely, and y'all already know I'm Brandon. I'm the passionate one. You know, when we get into these topics, I, some say argumentative, but I should be passionate.
Hey, every now and then it does get a little heated, but that's all good. It's called what the fellas think, not what everybody not everybody agrees with. So, like I said, it's been a minute since we recorded, but here we are. We're back again, and we had to come off. We had to talk about our man, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Unless you've been living under a rock, my man 50, Mr. Petty himself, had a documentary on Netflix, a 4-episode documentary, which I thought was pretty good. And I say pretty good in the way he presented it and the way he made you question some things. Now, there's some things that I don't agree with, and I'll talk about those later. But I just want to say this to start this off. That was 50 Cent's version of the truth. Not saying that he's lying, just saying that that's his point of view. He led us to water and we drank. So with that said, with any type of documentary, there's always things being omitted. And when you admit things, that's just like another form of lying. And it tries to sway you into a direction. But if you watched it, you could tell what was not fabricated or left omitted, and you probably walked away saying, "Wow, I know I did." So let's get into it. First of all, 50's been talking about this for about a year now, almost a year, and I almost forgot about it. But it made a lot of perfect sense that he waited to after the trial to release it. That way, one, he could give us the verdict, which we already knew, and the content within the series was more relevant. I find it funny, just to start off with, that Diddy paid a videographer to follow him around and record, but didn't pay the man. That's allegedly how 50 Cent got hold of the footage. Is Diddy didn't want to pay for it, so the owner kept held on to it. If he wasn't willing to pay for it, somebody else did, and that'd be Mr. Petty himself, 50 Cent. And by now you should know, don't fuck with 50. Do not
I
fuck with
was.
50.
How did he
50,
find this stuff?
50 might take a slight L, but in the long run, 50 gonna get you in main attempt. Recently, I just want to go off subject right quick. There was an issue with Jim Jones and Mano not paying their rent. And 50 threatened to take ownership if they didn't pay their back rent. And sure enough, Jim Jones came up out that loot because he didn't want Mr. Petty owning them. So yeah, 50 gets the job done, but he has to be careful what he does. That could easily backfire on him. And some might say it did backfire on him, but we'll talk about that later. Hey, Brandon, you kick it off. Tell me what you saw and what you felt.
I'm like you though. I felt some parts of that documentary was like fabrication, but two telling things for me in that documentary. Out of all the stuff, now a lot of sick stuff happened, yes, but two telling things for me. The response from Biggie's mother when it came to Diddy, that's a telling sign right there of the type of his character coming from that. And then the fact that I, it, it looked in a way to me he used the death of Biggie to catapult his career, and I felt that was totally insensitive. First of all, if it's true, allegedly he used Diddy's, uh, I'm sorry, Biggie's funds to pay for his own funeral, and
That has been disputed as not the truth, and that's coming from, I would say, neutral parties. When I first heard that during the documentary, I was like, "Oh, well, shit!" But I had to, I could only take stuff like that with a grain of salt. Now, I was sort of on the fence of believing it because the way Diddy has been known to handle his artists,
yeah,
everything's about a
yeah.
dollar to him. Taking their publishing. I mean, what he did to Craig Mack. Craig Mack needed money. He goes in his pocket, pulls out a big wad of cash, hands him $100. Craig Mack was the catapult for Bad Boy Records. Let's say he got things started with Flavor in Your Ear, Can I Get Down, the remix, and Biggie came after that. But I guess he realized something bigger in Biggie and chose to invest more in Biggie than he did Craig Mack. So that, I mean, doing that to Craig Mack, he's allegedly, and which I wholeheartedly believe, he's done that to pretty much all his other artists. I remember the Locks had a big campaign to get unsigned from his label because of the way things were being dealt. And Mace had similar stories. When you hear the same story so many times from different people, you start to wonder, and uh, it's true. I mean, Total said the same thing. Black Rob, G Dep, Mark Curry. I mean, the Loon. The list goes on and on. That he just used people. And one thing, even before we were talking about how much of the devil Diddy was. I remember way back when he was doing his show, Making the Band, and he wanted them to recite the lyrics to Juicy, a song by Notorious Big. Now, some may look at it saying, okay, how much are you into hip hop if you can't recite Juicy? Well, if Juicy wasn't your favorite song, then you couldn't. I asked myself, I sat there, and when it was recently brought back up, I was like, I really don't know all the words to Juicy. I could sing along with it probably and keep up, but if you put me on my own, I wouldn't know. I'd mess up. Anyway, by them reciting those lyrics on TV and it being recorded and broadcasted, they had to clear the rights to that song. And who gets paid? Diddy. So, I mean, everything about him was about business. Him getting fired from Uptown Records. Now, I knew the story of him getting fired, didn't know the full story, but I heard something that I had heard before about that. Andre Harrell said there can't be two kings. Diddy got too high of himself, thought he was running things, and he forgot, that he wasn't running things. Turned out great for him. Started Bad Boy. And then when things got bad for Andre Harrell, he had to go work for Diddy. I mean, how tucking your tail between your legs moment was that for him to have to go to the guy that he fired for a job? So Diddy has a history of bad business practices. I also heard the story about Biggie not wanting to go to California. He was scheduled to go to the UK, but Diddy was really adamant about him going. Did Diddy set up Biggie to die? I don't know. All I know was Biggie was broke just like everybody else, pretty much, in the sense of not getting paid what he was deserved, from his royalties and so forth, and that he was looking at making a jump. I don't really think Diddy set him up to die. I think he put him in a bad situation by bringing him out to California. I mean, this was not even 6 months after Pac died. I think, tensions were still high. That wasn't a great idea. That, to me, that was like, saying, yeah, he dead, and I'm coming on his turf and tread, and that wasn't a good look. We see how that ended. So yeah,
I
bad. Go ahead.
the way he promoted it, like even with the song going back to Cali, like even with that, like I think it kind of, oh, okay, for whatever enemies they had, it's like, okay, we'll see you.
I
That's what
think
I
I think "Who Shot You" was more of a disrespectful song than going back to Cali. I
no,
mean,
no, I'm not saying disrespectful, but it's like it's saying, hey, we finna be there. We don't give a damn about what y'all gonna do. That's what it kind of gave off that feeling, like we going back and
well,
y'all
that
ain't gonna do.
song that actually didn't get released after his death. So, if anybody knew of that song, it was people within the Bad Boy organization.
Well, I thought the ad though had that tune out though, because it talked about it in the documentary where it shows him like or Biggie and him standing there and they dancing, and it's like California trees behind them.
Well, were they in California at the time, or was this like
That-
some backdrop or something?
I thought it was like a promotion of them announcing they doing the tour in Cali.
Well, there was no tour. He went there to the Soul Train Awards. That was his
Yeah,
main
yeah.
purpose for being there. And as far as promoting anything, Diddy wanted him to stay and promote the album rather than going to the UK. So it was kind of like after well, not for Diddy. I'm sure it was pre-planned. He already had that in his mind. That's what he wanted to do. You know, hey, let's go to California. We gonna really spark interest in our new album coming out. Uh, but who knows? Um, yeah. So what it do? It resulted in Biggie's death, and the thing, the all shit moment for me was the Biggie tribute song "I'll Be Missing You" was forced upon Faith Evans to perform. She was still kind of dealing with the death, and Diddy wanted to perform that song at the MTV Awards, and they talked about how it was she wasn't feeling it, and the hearsay that went on behind saying that he was basically forcing her to do it, saying you was going to mess up my debut, something to that effect. But you go back and you look at that performance which they showed, you can see she really wasn't into it. And the really all shit moment about that song is Diddy didn't get that sample cleared. That's a sample from Every Breath You Take by Sting and the Police. So he put it out anyway. Sting's lawyers got in on it, and now Sting gets $5,000 a day from that song for the rest of his life. All proceeds, anything that song makes, goes directly to him. So that's a good payday for him.
So he really good lawyer.
Real good one. So anybody streaming that, like Easy said, Dre Days only met Easy payday, met Sting's payday. So Sting like bring it on. And he being the businessman he is, he like screw it. He even performed with him. If you saw the video, I remember seeing it. You
I got a question
how
for you.
old were you in '97? I gotta ask.
6. But
Okay.
I gotta ask you a question. Do you think Biggie's death was the best thing, and it sounds effed up, but was the best thing for Diddy in terms of his career?
If Biggie had not been killed, I'm sure Diddy would have found a way to do what he did. It wouldn't have been off the heels of Biggie's death, excuse me. He'd have found some way to catapult himself. So to answer your question, Diddy being opportunist that he is, that's what he catapulted his career off of. But had that not happened, he'd have found some other way. And I mean, besides, and I don't want to put the guy on the pedestal, but it's Diddy. He would have found a way. I mean, his music was slamming. You know, everybody all about the Benjamins. You know, everybody was into it. So it was just an option that Diddy chose. He used that as a catapult, so to say, for his career.
To me, the interviews talking about even discussing him in the way that he did, even talking when it came out, I'll be missing you. This is what Biggie would want. I'm like, well, I don't think you should do that. To me, I think that's totally insensitive. That's how I felt just watching it when he did the
Well,
interview.
I mean, take away what actually happened and the reasons behind it. I do think the song was a good way to memorialize Biggie. When Tupac passed away, there was a few songs I can think of right off the top of my head that were made in his honor. You know, "Mourn You Till I Join You" by Naughty by Nature, great song. "Do G's Get to Go to Heaven" by an underground Bay Area rapper, Richie Rich, and just everybody else in general shouting Pac out. No, it's just what you do. You shout out your dead homeboy. But it being Diddy, I know it wasn't all 100% genuine. It was to pad the pocket, so to say.
Yeah, and that's another thing in the documentary too. I see so many artists like he brought to the forefront only to dog him out. Whether it was the all girl group with Audrey Dale,
Danity Kane.
that group, or whether it was the other girls that he brought out with him, making them a group.
Oh, Dirty
It
Money.
just
Well, Dirty
yeah.
Money was one of the members from Danity Kane, Dawn Richardson. She was in Dirty Money too. And it's funny you bring up Danity Kane because there were sexual allegations brought forth against him with Dawn Richards, who went from Danity Kane to Dirty Money with him, and Audrey O'Day, who can't really account to say she was drugged, but a friend told her what a friend saw, and she's in denial about it. I think that's without having proof. That just sounds like something Diddy would do. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
created
messed up.
such a reputation for him that I believe it. There was a young lady who was also in the documentary. She was in a video way before Diddy got big, before they was calling him Diddy, when he was just Puffy. And I remember this. The name of the group was Finesse and Sequence,
Mhm.
and it's called "Do It From the Soul." And it's so funny that they talk about that and they show the video because that song, because I'm such an old school head, it popped in my head a while back, and I went back and I saw the video. So when she said that she was in the video, I'm like, well, who were you? You know, and then they showed the clip. They showed the clip. I'm like, oh, her. She had allegations of, well, she was told that there's a sexual tape of her that was, she was unaware that she was in a sexual tape. Basically, she was drugged, or she alludes to being drugged, and Diddy recording the video performing sex acts on her.
Boy, that's crazy.
And while we're talking about Diddy and his females, I mean, let's talk about Kim Porter, who was I'll Be Sure's then girlfriend, and Diddy was lusting after her. He has a track record of going after, I won't say who we can't have, but want somebody's other property, so to say. And I don't mean to call the women property, but going after women that are in other
Relationship.
relationships. Yeah. Kim
Cassidy.
Porter, Cassidy, um, what's the other lady? Misha, I forgot her last name, who was a friend of Eric Sermon from EPMD, which I didn't understand his story. Well, he told a story, but I didn't understand what relevance that had with the Diddy documentary, other than to say that he's possessive. That's the only thing I can get from that. He saw Eric Sermon, who was friends with him. He said way before her and Diddy were dating, hanging out together. Well, that's how you met them. They were hanging out together.
Well,
And
that's all the later groundwork, though. Even when they talked about how his mother possibly, essayed him. So that's all the later groundwork of his character. And you see, to me, at least I felt, you see how manipulative he was when you see the other artists. The other artists talk about him. His own artists talk about him. Craig Mack was scared of this man, according to his wife. Scared of this man because he felt he can do whatever he wants. He was a tyrant. And I hate to use that word to describe him.
Another female that he lusted after, who was with somebody else. There was a young lady, I forget her name, that had some relations with Suge Knight. And this resulted in one of Suge Knight's friends getting killed in Atlanta, allegedly by associates of Diddy.
You mean the woman that he hired, like, for the assistant, and she had relations with Suge Knight?
Yes.
And he threatened her. He threatened her in the park or whatever, like telling her, if you do anything, this is gonna happen to you on this day and that day. He laid details out to her about allegedly.
Oh, he took the girl to the park and said, this is where I would have you killed or something like that. Yeah, that's a different female. See, that just goes to show his track record. I mean, he most recently, well, not recently, he dated 50 Cent's baby mama and had her involved in some free calls.
I always wonder when you get that amount of money, are you just that bored? Like, you got to create this world of just no limits? Like, you got to create that world?
Yes, you do, because after a while, normal sex just gets boring. So you got to take it to that other level.
Maybe I'm just built different.
This is so funny. I was flipping through Netflix. It was Netflix or Facebook, one of those, and it was showing a clip of a David Chappelle comedy special, and he was talking about Diddy. Who in their life is going through an entire bottle of baby oil?
Oh, I can't think. Shoot.
Right.
I don't know the last time I bought baby oil.
He said he can go to his mama house right now and she'll still have a bottle of baby oil from when he was 2 years old. But think about who and Diddy had cases upon cases, thousands, in his LA home, which was allegedly supposed to be laced with some type of drug, some type of date rape drug. So, what better way to get into your system through your skin?
Mm.
I mean, the things I heard. I mean, we can go. There's so many things. One thing that surprised me that it was my first time hearing, but didn't surprise me was we all think, Diddy got fired by Andre Harrell and he went and created Bad Boy on his own. No, there was somebody else. I forget the gentleman's name that helped him build Bad Boy up. That basically, if told right, it really wouldn't be much of a bad boy without him. He was a very integral part, especially with the finances. Only for Diddy to up and take his share away from him and leave him with nothing. And he's going through litigation right now to fight for what he feels is rightfully his. So I hope that turns out, a positive for him. Because again, I don't have proof, but I believe. I believe him. I
That's
was
that's. I mean, I look back at this stuff and I'm like, where the morals at in this? Like, 'cause I don't think, at least for me, there ain't an amount of money that would make me just compromise who I am. And I don't have.
greed.
I
Greed. If
don't.
you if you if you indulge in greed, there's no limits to what you do. Let's talk about something else that Puffy does, and this is well-known knowledge. Him getting a producer credit, walking in on a session and being like, "Oh yeah, add some symbols to that," and he automatically gets a production credit, probably taking more than what the actual producer did, or if not half, just by adding, a symbol or something, or hey, put a tambourine in there like this, and he gets a production credit.
Hey, I'm like Suge Knight after seeing that. All in the videos.
Goes dancing in the videos, all on the artist record. You want to be a real artist? Come to Death Row. See, you weren't around for that to see that live when it happened. When I saw that shit, I was like, yeah. Well, you was around, but you was what, 6 or 7 years old. You was
I ain't
still
understand
a
it.
tight.
I ain't understand it. Yeah, I ain't understand it. And the thing now, I don't know if it's true or not, but the Keefy D, allegedly getting paid for, for the hit and all that stuff, but ain't no charges being brought forward. So
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, you can.
He's in jail right now, and
He is, but not
Keefe
Diddy
D.
for that.
Well, you got to get Keefe D first. You get the actual killers, the shooters, and he kind of told on himself in the documentary. A documentary, he's on camera saying that I'm not saying who shot him, but they was in the back seat. Only for him to turn around in court and say he wasn't there, that he was in Los Angeles when it happened. So if they can tie him, Keefe D, to being in Vegas the night of Tupac's death and get a conviction, he can probably aid them in going after Diddy. Do I believe if there's any truth to Diddy aligning himself with the Crips to get them to go out on Suge and Pac? Yeah, I believe that.
I believe all artists are doing that in some form or fashion, at least in the rap world. They lining themselves with gang members. I think
Well,
that's
you
every.
you gotta have do dirt niggas that you can keep your hands clean.
Mm.
You know, um, Diddy has a documented record of assault against a record executive, Steve Stout, attacking him with a champagne bottle. It, that just goes to show you right there, he has it in him.
What's crazy is, I mean, when that money got introduced to settle out for that, he jumped right on it. That's what I want. If someone attacking you, I want more than money. Especially if you got beat up with champagne bottles and bats.
You
I
know,
mean,
sometimes, some people feel like I can hurt him more. I can hurt him more in his pockets than anything else. If I go through with this and file charges, and he's probably going to get some suspended sentence because he has the right lawyers to get a community service. So the payday was probably the best thing that he could do.
I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of skated by. And I don't know how he's been. It's the same way I feel like with R. Kelly, and not to bring R. Kelly into this. It's like, how do you go so long doing wrong and not get caught? Like he's been to court for multiple things since I believe 1997 was the first one, or 99 was the first one. One of them was the first court date. But then every decade he's been in trouble for something. Since
Well, the
then.
same the same instance with the club
Yeah.
that people
Shine.
say that it wasn't Shine, that Shine fired in the air. Diddy shot at people. He
And
caused
Shine.
the and Shine took the fall for it. Well, you knew something was up when they had the same trial but different lawyers. You knew right then and there he was separating himself from from the innocent guy. Only to put
uh,
it on the innocent guy. He basically made Shine. He didn't make him, but I heard from my understanding, Shine's lawyers, which Diddy paid for, so they working for Diddy, were incompetent. They really didn't put up much of a defense, and he took the rap for it, and Diddy skated off. He glided
15 years of
off
his
with
life.
the baby boy. He slid off.
15 years of his life, though. That's
No,
crazy.
he's only in for 10, and then after
Oh,
that he got deported.
oh, okay. Okay. That's even worse then. That's even worse. Yeah, that's
Doing time for somebody else. I don't care if it's a week. Is garbage. And again, I go back. I say this: they didn't have the right people on the stand for Diddy's trial. You know, uh, Farnsworth Bentley, that was his manservant, so to say. I'm
mm.
sure he saw a hell of a lot more. And
Oh
if
yeah.
he'd have been, on the stand, he could have really brought some truths to light. And also, there was Diddy's assistant, the one that got caught with the drugs. And I don't understand why the prosecutors didn't have him on the stand, because his assistant, they see all that stuff. Go get this. Go take care of that. In the story of him and his son shooting the gentleman in the studio and getting off scot free for that. Just a lot, just layers, just
I think
layers.
every celebrity got some stories with Diddy. Because even I think Ja Rule's cousin, or maybe Ja Rule himself, talked about trying to get in P. Diddy's party and having a fight with the security guard, and they coming out in nothing but roll or nothing but towels, and they butt naked. Talking about, yeah, well, you don't want to go in this party. There's some freaky stuff going on up in here. You don't need to go in this part. And I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. All these celebrities, and y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing.
Well, they know something. They just they wanted to distance themselves from even being there.
That's man, it's crazy. It's
They
crazy. And
wanted, like I said, they
I
just wanted to
really
distance themselves from that whole thing. I don't know if there's any truth to this. They say Leonardo DiCaprio has been in Italy since Diddy's been in jail. I guess he has something to hide.
man, I hope not. I hope not. I know Ray J and Usher, they started out with Diddy when they were young. So
Hmm.
Justin Bieber, the clip in the documentary that kind of gave me a little, made my skin crawl, was like when he said, you know what, he was interview with Justin Bieber, and he was like, well, you know how we do. And he looking
Right.
at him like, you know how we do. And I'm like, what that mean? It's just like
No,
innuendo.
that's that poison right there. That's that they get inside your mind like to make the scenes acceptable. Man, and you bring that up, man. I think about that one producer. Yeah, I woke up a couple of times and something just didn't
Nah,
feel right.
nah, nah. Let me break it. If you wake up, well, you went to bed with women in the bed, and you wake up with Diddy in the bed. Why would you continue to go back 2 separate times? I'm like, come
Right.
on, like that. That threw me off. And no disrespect to what people go through, but I call a little bit of BS in that because like either you wanted whatever happened to happen, or you was truly delusional and not
Right.
understanding.
That's when it said it happened 2 or 3 times. Look, not and you can run with it, whatever joke you want to say. That can only happen to me once. Like shit, this ain't right. I'm getting out of here. I ain't never coming back.
Well, first I got to do some investigation. Like, why the hell are you in this bed? Like, I gotta know.
That's the first time. That's the first and only time. I wake up next to Diddy. Oh no, this ain't right. This ain't right. I'm not feeling right. I'm out of here.
There was a interview 50 Cent did with another podcast where he talked about I guess him and Meek Mills had on the same shirt standing next to each other, and he was like, well, he clearly wasn't offended by what I was offended by. And I was like, here we go, man. Here we go.
And that kind of that's kind of long standing too. Back when 50 was just coming out around 2003, they were on the Breakfast Club, I believe. And Diddy was like, you should let me take you shopping.
Oh my God.
He was like, why are you to take me shopping for? So that started right there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and by the way, all you Chicago folk, don't Lil Rod look like Dutta Man? When I first saw him, I was like, what Dutta Man doing on TV? And he was another one that got fucked out of his money. He never got paid for his contributions to doing a production work for Diddy.
I don't think Diddy can ever recover from this, but I don't think we should harp on it too long. But the thing now with 50 Cent is like his Diddy's son is stepping into it, saying he gonna slap 50 when he see him, and I'm like, my whole thing is you're not even aware of all the things your father has possibly
No, here's the
done.
thing. Here's where I disagree. He knows what his father's doing, and
Not all the things.
It's acceptable behavior to him.
That's sad too, because he young. That means he gonna do the same thing.
You can see it in him already.
That's sad.
You can see that in him already. Now he was also the one allegedly that was in the studio that shot a guy, him and his father. He's watching what his dad's doing, and it's acceptable behavior. He has that complex too. Oh, that swagger he has is just like his dad. He's probably guilty of doing some dirt too.
You can already see with the number of women that be around. He doing something. But I think we'll move on because we ain't gonna harp on too long on this documentary. Just I'll give my final thoughts. You get your final thoughts. I just say for Diddy, I hope that something change in him, as far as like because he getting a slap on the wrist really when he should be in there. Just like R. Kelly got 33 years per count. They should get that type of sentence for this type of stuff because you playing with multiple people's lives. You're gonna be scarred for life, whether you know it or not. But that's my final thoughts on that. What's yours?
I think this documentary is brought to light a lot of things that people didn't want to see or didn't want to really listen to. And now watching that documentary, it's like, okay, it just didn't happen to Cassie. It just didn't, Kim Porter was going to expose him. She had some video, allegedly had some videotape of him that she was in the process of writing a book when she mysteriously died. And so one thing is Quincy, who's the son of Albie Sure and Kim Porter, he definitely has to look at Diddy in a different light now. It's like, yeah, this motherfucker, he probably had my mom killed. I just think with the gentleman going after his rightful share of Bad Boy, I hope he sees justice. I hope his artists get what they deserve as far as their publishing and the royalties that they're owed. I just hope I feel that number 47 is going to pardon him.
Oh, that'd be catastrophic. That would be that would be horrible.
But even so, if he does do his full sentence, when he comes out, people ain't gonna fuck with him.
Not at all.
Decent people ain't gonna fuck with him.
Not at all. I wouldn't even want to interview him. All these on the platforms gonna want to interview. I wouldn't even want to do that.
And I'm sure he's gonna have something to hustle when he comes out. He's gonna have something that he wants to sell to the crowd. But like you said, yeah, we're not gonna harp on it, but I just see again, this documentary, some of the stuff you really have to prove it. It's just allegations. But some of the stuff beyond a shadow of doubt, Diddy's guilty of doing it. And he's gonna see some type of repercussions when he comes out of jail.
Definitely believe in karma.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, here at What the Fellas Think, we definitely about self-growth and improvement. And one question a couple of questions was brought up, so I thought it'd be nice to put it into the podcast. And it was asked to me, and I thought it was actually thought-provoking question. What's one bad habit that you have, and do you believe you can grow out of it? You want me to go first?
No, I'll tell you right now, unless you have some thought, I don't believe I can't get out of my bad habits. I've been doing for so long.
You honest man.
I just one thing that I picked up recently is procrastination, and I really hate it. It's kind of new, so that can't be stopped. But things I've been doing since I was 10, 18, 21, 25, 30, I'm just going to continue to do
it. Well, for me, I know my bad habit is my comfortability of being like alone. Like that to me is like, childhood raised that way. Mother off doing her thing, sister off doing her thing, parents doing their thing. And I'm just comfortable like that. And I feel like that does make me a little unaware of the loved ones. So that is my bad habit. Like
that's not a bad habit.
Well, it can
because I am my best company. I don't need people around me to be happy. If I need people around me to be happy, then there's something wrong with me. I have no self-worth. I am my best company. There's sometimes literally I could go a day without uttering a word. Probably on the weekend if I'm not answering the phone, I won't utter a word. I'll walk around the house, I'll watch TV, I'll eat, like whatever. And I'll realize I'll lay down and I said, I haven't mouthed one word at all today.
But think about this, right? In the terms of a family man, a husband, a father, that can get like people are like you pushing people away. but really you just comfortable being alone because that's your habit. That's your habit. Going off and being alone. That's
Again,
your habit.
I don't think that's bad. I mean, let's take you for example. You don't live by yourself. You have to communicate with people. But if you dip away into a room and don't want to be bothered, and then that can happen, what's wrong with that? Sometimes, I find being around myself, I mean, it's like solitude.
Well, it's just I don't want to make other people feel neglected. Like that's the thing. You still have, I mean, you only got 24 hours in a day and you still want to give time to yourself, but that feeling it get comfortable. And that's what I'm used to because I don't go searching for people and none of that. It's just like I'm used to being that way. But the reason I say it's a bad habit is because the way it makes other people feel. Like, and I don't want them to feel like that. That's why I say it's a bad habit. And to my second question, if I can grow out of it, I think I can, but it's just like a daily practice needs to be applied to that for me.
I And if you want to change that, I hope you do. But I believe by this time, by now, that's part of you, and it'll be really difficult to do. I'm not trying to say you can't do it. I'm not trying to wish you bad luck. I'm just saying, after so long in life, what we do becomes synonymous
Routine.
with breathing. You know, I can go out to dinner by myself. I love going to the movies by myself because that's the last place I want to have a conversation is during the movie. Don't ask me questions. This is my first time seeing it too. I want to enjoy it. I,
Oh, you that first, like, hey, what's that actor name?
can, which is a question I can wait to after the movie. There have been moments where I share it in the movie theater with someone I was engaged to at that time, and we went to go see Straight Outta Compton, and we both started singing No Vaseline. And it was just like it's like something cool to share a moment, but other than that, it was just like yeah, but no, I can go out to eat by myself. I can go to the movies. I can go shopping by myself. I don't need Diddy to take me.
You don't want
there's
Diddy.
there's a song. There's a song and the line goes, I live in a world that I call my own. I'm always happy when there's no one home.
Hey, hey, but that's just self reflection, appearing in the show for both of us. Just get a little bit of self reflection. Now I'm gonna go into a lighter subject. Though it is Christmas time, and I always, have these discussions about Christmas movies, which some people say Die Hard is a Christian movie. I do not. I do not. It starts our argument,
It's
but
not. It's not. It's not. And I used to be one of those that argue, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And believe it or not, and I got a friend, Jay. I hope you're listening to this. I wrote, I wrote on a Word document why Die Hard was a Christmas movie. But I was just being, argumentative. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Uh, it happens around Christmas.
Yeah.
All those same events could happen St. Patrick's Day, fucking Veterans Day. That's not. It's not based. It just happened around Christmas time. It's not a Christmas movie.
We gonna get into the question. What's your favorite, or at least get your top three favorite Christmas movies?
I think I only have two. Well, really one, but the second one's kind of a my first all time, hands down, watch it every year movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
And how that came about is when I was real little, back in the days of 2, 5, 7, and 9, and 11 and 32. Those are just the channels that we had growing up. It was a Sunday night, and me and my mom was up Sunday night, and I'm just flipping channels. So obviously Christmas Eve was Sunday and Monday was Christmas Day. and I'm just flipping channels, and I turned it to channel 11, PBS, and they're showing It's a Wonderful Life. And it did show no interest in it, but my mother's like, keep it there. I was like, I don't want to see this. It's stupid. And I ended up loving it. The remainder of it, I was like, wow, I'm loving it. And she made some of those Pillsbury Doughboy cookies, the little, the dough's already just put in the oven. She made those cookies, and we ate the cookies and watched the movies. Now, my mother has been departed from this world since I was 24 years old. I'm talking right now. And every Christmas Eve, I bake cookies and I watch It's a Wonderful Life. I still do. It's just a thing. And it's, to me, honestly, and are we being honest, it's like Cooley High. I cry at the end. I cry at the end of It's a Wonderful Life. If you
Ain't
ever
nothing
seen
wrong
it,
with that.
it's just like when Coach Cheese died, but that's my thing. And I also, unfortunately, I try to be alone on Christmas Eve because I don't want to share that moment. I think that's just like that was a me and her thing, and I try not I try not to share that with nobody. But yeah, it's a Wonderful Life, and by default, A Christmas Story. You know, I get the luck of having it, showcased for 24 whole hours Christmas Day, and I don't sit back and watch the whole thing. I watch it in bits. I watch it in entirety in bits and pieces. So the one showing I watch so much, and the second showing I watch like probably the beginning, and I don't watch it in its entirety. I just don't sit back and watch its entirety. But yeah, so those are my two. It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story.
My three is kind of classics, at least to me. The first Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, and then Jim Carrey's The Grinch, and then a real classic to me is Groundhog Day. That one is a classic to me. I love it.
That's Groundhog's Day is for Groundhog's Day. That's not a Christmas movie.
Technically, it's a Christmas movie because they're giving gifts at the. I consider it a Christmas movie.
It's a Groundhog's Day, which is in February or March when they check to see the shadow. It's not a Christmas movie.
But the plot of it is he relives the same day until he gets. No, I'm thinking a different movie. Hold on. What's the name of it? It's with Bill Murray. Hold on. It may be
Scrooge.
Yeah, Scrooge. My bad.
Okay.
It's with Bill Murray.
It's Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray.
The holiday is in the name.
It's Bill Murray. It's Bill Murray. You knew the actor I was talking about. But yeah, that's my three. It's classic. It's classic.
So repeat those again. So it's Scrooge, Home Alone, and who else?
Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Okay. I don't think I've ever watched that.
That's hilarious. You gotta watch that.
I'm sure it's on one of my streaming apps, so I'm gonna check it out. And Elf is actually a good movie too.
Is that with
Will Ferrell?
Hey, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. Sorry.
That's what Brandon thinks.
Yeah. Push him down there with Kevin Hart. Sorry, but
well, they did do a movie together.
No offense, but we gonna go into our next one, and this one is kind of sports related, and it was brought up to me, so I thought it'd be good to bring up to the show. I wish we had our other co-host here. He'll enjoy this, but the question was that the new school has a deeper bag in basketball than the old school. And my question, or the reason I brought this topic up, because I felt the skill of today's game is sorely lacking. I mean, people are traveling, they don't shoot layups, or they don't attempt layups anymore, and they don't do anything from the mid-range. It's all threes, it's all away from the basket, and it's straight up dunks, fast break, and that's it. And people are calling that skill. That ain't no skill to me. At least not how I watched the game growing up.
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. I feel like today's game is like lazy. You get into the free throw line 10, 12 times a game, and you're shooting threes.
I agree.
I don't think
Not everybody
anybody.
should be shooting threes. And one of those people, and I'm not a hater of him, but Wemby should not be shooting threes. Centers and power forwards should not be shooting threes. They should be looking for an inside shot or looking for the offensive rebound. They should not be outside shooting threes.
I can get it if it's like how Tim Duncan used to do it once in a while on a pick and roll. That's cool, but that should not be your primary focus when you that big. You should be in that paint. Got some hook moves, some spin moves, some post, little shake and bake going on. The Rasheed Wallace type style is what you should have, like that. And I know people are like, oh, what's the player now? Shea Alexander would probably bust Michael Jordan ass because he got a deeper bag. No, he would not. No, he would not. No, he would not. Michael Jordan would destroy him one on one. Destroy him one on one.
I mean, you take away, and it's not that I got against anybody shooting threes. Leave it for the people that's supposed to be shooting it. Steph Curry should be shooting threes. I mean, they should make a line for him. I've seen him do it, where the players walk out to the other end of the court. That's not AI, that's skill. He stays and he practices his shot. He's the guy that should be shooting three. That's his forte. Everybody shouldn't be shooting threes.
Yeah, and I think everybody's adapted that. Like that's a part of the game. I even saw Giannis trying to do it, and I'm like, come on, man. You should be mid range, killing mid range and dunking layups. I'm like, come on now. Now you out here trying to shoot threes.
You bring up Giannis. Where is Giannis going?
They say it might be Miami Heat, but I don't know if it's true or not.
They say
It's,
Miami has a better chance of getting him. New York has the second best chance. I'm all for it if he goes as a free agent. For a trade, which
you're gonna give up too many picks.
you giving up. I look at it like this: if you want to trade Giannis right now, let him go trade. But his contract ends at the end of the season. Let him play out, and then he got the freedom to go wherever he wants to go. I say Miami just step back and then pursue him with free agency. They asking to give up their future. Uh, Jaime, uh, Jack Jaquez Jr. is his name. They wanted him. They want Khalil Ware. Hell no, I'm not giving up Khalil. And two other gentlemen I can't think of off the top of my head.
I thought they wanted
Jokic.
Bam too. Oh, Bam was that
We
part
we
of
not we not giving up Bam.
it.
They want too much. Try to catch Giannis in free agency, but not now.
I hope not in free agency he don't do one of them Chris Bosh moves and join the Lakers because LeBron on them.
I don't think he would.
I hope not.
I mean, and really, I think what LeBron's in his 23rd season.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's a guarantee if there's no injury, he will definitely play a 24 season. Why? Because he wants to have a big showcase. He wants to have a retirement tour.
Like Kobe, yeah. Yeah.
Like Kobe, like they did Kareem. Kareem, I think, was the first one they did it for, that they went all out. He wants to have a farewell tour. LeBron, and he's still playing great, but I'd be surprised if he plays past the 24 season.
Hey, if he do it, that's crazy.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
it's like taking a wet rag and just wringing it out. You're not getting, no, that's what it is. They're trying to get everything they can out of him. let next year be the last year. That's my opinion.
Agreed. Agreed. Hopefully they can bring the skill back to the game, though. That's what I want. That's what I want. I think it's time to go into Roy's specialty, gentleman's coin.
Today we're breaking down 9 facts only 1% of men really know and live by. Now listen, this isn't surface level advice. This is grown man game that most never get taught. These are the truths that help you elevate your mindset, your money, and your relationships. So stay tuned as we get into some knowledge that helps separate the average from the exceptional. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your style OG. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any of all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Cliff Champion, salute. Now, first up on the list of 9 facts only 1% of men really know, I'm going to put you up on some serious game. I need you to realize that silence is a powerful communication tool. You see, a lot of guys think the loudest guy in the room has all the power. Wrong. Real power moves in silence. When you stay quiet, observe, and control the pace, you force other people to fill that space with their true intentions. You see, the great thing about silence, it exhibits composure, confidence, and control. And if you are someone who recognizes the power of silence, when you speak, people truly listen. Guy who chooses his words carefully and picks his spots, his words hold much more weight. Whether in an argument, negotiations, or having a conversation with your woman, it says, I don't need to prove myself. High-value men, they speak less, but say way more. One of the most valuable lessons you can learn, silence is a weapon, not weakness. Like that great philosopher Dwayne Carter said, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Now, next up, we're going to talk about something that's a must-have, boundaries. But only 1% of men realize that boundaries aren't just a necessity, they're actually attractive. You see, a man who sets clear limits and values his time, his energy, and his peace of mind, that's very appealing. You are not available for everything, and that's the point. Whether we're talking about business, friendships, relationships, when you set clear boundaries, it teaches other people how to treat you. And only real grown men know how to enforce these boundaries. And when we're talking about being attractive, you need to realize women love a guy who sets clear limits, holds the line, and will walk away when he needs to. Being overly accommodating might make you likable, but setting boundaries makes you respected. And respect is what real attraction is built upon. I need you to keep this in mind. Grown men don't chase, they lead. And when you set boundaries, you lead with self-worth. Next up on the list of 9 facts only 1% of men know, I'm going to put you up on some style game only the select few realize. You need to understand, clothes don't make the man. Fit does. You see, the thing is, you can drop stacks on designer clothing, but if the fit is off, you still look sloppy. Meanwhile, the guy in the $100 outfit with the perfect fit, he looks sharp, clean, and confident. You see, fit is the foundation of style. It shows you understand proportions, your body, and you take pride in your appearance. If your clothes are too big or loose, you look sloppy. But if they're too tight, you just look ridiculous and uncomfortable. But when your clothing is tailored precisely to you, whether we're talking about business, casual, or smart casual, that's grown man precision. You see, the upper 1%, they don't chase designer brands. They chase the perfect fit. And well-fitting clothes, no matter what the price, they speak loud and clear. Now, next up, I'm going to put you onto some game, only a select few, that will help you navigate your relationships much more successfully. I need you to keep in mind that emotional intelligence outperforms IQ in relationships every time. I don't care if you're book smart, career sharp, or a genius on paper. If you don't know how to communicate and connect with other people, none of your relationships will work out. If you can't connect and communicate with the people you love, you will lose every time. This book smart guy who thinks he knows everything, he lacks what the emotionally intelligent guy has: self-awareness, empathy, and emotional control. He knows how to listen, how to handle conflict without losing his cool, and he knows how to read the room. That builds trust, respect, and a deeper bond. And having emotional intelligence means you know how to handle problems with calm, not chaos. In love, family, and relationships, it's not about outsmarting people. It's about understanding them. Now, next up, we're going to get into some information that's vitally important if you want to do better with your money. Only select few realize that compound interest builds quiet wealth. If you're looking to build long-term stable wealth, compound interest is the best way to do it. It's one of the most powerful forces when it comes to the financial game. Slow and steady is how long-term wealth is built. You see, compound interest is your money earning money. And the earlier you start investing, the more your money multiplies without you lifting a finger. The younger you are, the more time you have on your side. Do it now. Building wealth through compound interest may seem slow at first, but over time it snowballs, giving you true wealth. While a lot of people are chasing get-rich-quick schemes and quick flips, the smart grown man, he lets compound interest do the heavy lifting. So whether it's $1, 10, 50, or 100, start investing right now and take advantage of the power of compound interest. It's one of the most powerful forces in the financial game. Now, earlier we talked about the importance of drawing boundaries, how it makes you more attractive and more respected. That piggybacks nicely into this next important fact only the select few really realize. I need you to understand that being respected is way more important than being liked. You see, being liked is kind of easy. All you have to do is smile, agree all the time, be accommodating. People like that guy, but they don't take him seriously. You see, respect, it's earned over time. It comes from how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you show up when it counts. A man who lives by his values, sets clear boundaries, and stands on his word, he might not be liked by everyone, but he damn sure commands the room. When people respect you, they trust you, they listen, and they will follow you. Because being liked, that can be temporary, but respect, that's long term. So what I need you to do, stop focusing on being everybody's favorite guy and focus on being more solid. Now, next up, we're gonna get into a lesson a lot of successful men learn sooner than later. And I need you to take heed to this one. You need to understand that not every woman deserves access to your time, energy, or resources. You see, as a grown man, your presence is valuable. Your time is limited and your energy is precious. Not to mention your resources, they've been hard earned. You don't want to give any of these things away too freely to any woman that comes across your path. The problem a lot of guys have, they give these valuable things away without discernment, chasing validation from women without protecting their peace. The high-value man, he vets wisely. He makes sure any woman he has in a life, they have alignment, respect, and genuine interest. If these things aren't all there, his resources, time, and energy, he keeps to himself. And this isn't about being cold. It's about moving with intention. It's very important that a grown man knows his worth and he acts on it. Now, next up, I'm going to share something with you that I can stand by because I have personal experience with how powerful it is. I need you to realize that delayed gratification is a superpower. You see, the world we live in is based on the now. But the man who can wait, plan, and stay focused, he's already ahead of the game. You see, delayed gratification is about saying no to quick highs and building over the long term. It's what you do when you sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term dominance. This is how you really win. Whether it's in fitness, money, or relationships, patience is key. And what I need you to realize, discipline over impulse is what separates the men from the boys every single time. While everybody else is distracted by immediate pleasure, the delayed gratification man, he's stacking skills, assets, and wins. You see, when you master delayed gratification, you stop chasing rewards and start creating them. Now, next up is an underrated gem that, believe me, if you embrace it, you'll be among the select few. I need you to understand that your habits are way more important than your goals. In fact, to me, there's no comparison. Habits are way stronger than goals. You can write whatever you want down. I don't care what goal it is, to stay in shape, make more money, start a business. But goals without consistent habits, that's just wishful thinking. I need you to understand it's what you do daily that defines you, not what you hope to do someday. If you want better results, build better routines. I need you to understand the journey is way more important than the destination. Discipline beats motivation every time. So yes, it's great to have goals, something to look to. But you know what's more important than setting goals? Setting standards. Because I need you to realize the man you become is built upon one habit at a time. Okay, so there you have it. 9 facts only 1% of men really know and live by. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comment section any gem you live by that you believe can help out the Style OG family. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about some brutal truths every guy needs to hear. You can check it out right here.
And there you have it.
One thing I'll say is that definitely the discipline. Short-term gratification is never worth it. And then that's one thing I say. I put it as a star that video like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I agree. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But yeah, just another words of wisdom from the Style OG himself. Check him out on YouTube. Type in Style OG. He should pop right up. What else we got next, Brandon?
I got the record shop. Give the record that we enjoy. Now, one that I recently just heard, and I don't even have an album, but it was the Clips album. It's on their album. It's a new song they put out. It's called So Be It. And that is hot. That is one of the new songs that I'm gonna let that boy be on repeat for a while.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, that Malice and his brother, they doing work over there, man. They doing work because that's hot over there. I think they actually got nominated this year too. Actually.
For a Grammy, yes.
Yeah. So they definitely did a great job. I'm gonna listen to the whole album, but this So Be It, I done had that boy on repeat for the last 2 days. It's nice. It's definitely nice.
All right.
What you got?
What do I got? See, that was funny. I was in the shower and I was trying to think like what's popping right now. What can I share with the world? And I'm drawing a blank. No, honestly, it just really goes to show you. I just don't pick something out of my hat and talk about it. I really got to be feeling it for that moment to really, put you guys up on it. Last time we did a podcast, I think it was Full Force I was telling you about. Did you ever go back and did you go back did you go back and listen to some of the songs?
It's on
Okay. Okay.
It's on my playlist. And I did not know, because looking at them, I would think like them songs for to be weak. But the boys was hit.
They had some talent.
Yeah, the boys hit. So definitely he dropped the I haven't gotten the chance to post that episode, but when it's posted, y'all, that's a gem right there. Full Force. Definitely check it out.
But yeah, I'm really drawing a blank this week. Like I knew we were going to be recording, and I just figured, whatever it is going to come to me, and not really. I'm at a loss this week. I'm totally a cancer to this show this week. I'm sorry.
Nah, never.
But you got the verses, though, right?
Yeah, I got the verses. We're gonna get into the verses of the record shop. First one, kick it off. Yeah, I don't think it's really tough, but Faith Evans versus Mary J. Blige.
So because of the Diddy documentary, I did want to revisit my collection of Faith that's in my collection. I haven't had the chance to do so just yet. But even so, hands down, it's got to be Mary J.
Yeah, I felt it wasn't tough. I felt it wasn't tough enough.
I would feel like I would just put Mary J's first 2 albums up against Faith's whole collection. What's the 411 in my life? I mean, my life, was damn. It was almost like a soundtrack. I actually had to be going through something at that time, and it's not just for women. It was speaking to me too. But my life was the jam, and I played that on I won't say the regular, but every now and then it pops in my head, and I'll listen to it. And now that you brought her up, I guess I'll probably be playing that tomorrow when I'm doing some house cleaning.
Now, I think when her first album came out, I think she did a movie too with Q-Tip, right? where he was in jail.
Was
I have
that
to
her?
look it up. I thought she played his mother when our first album came out. Cause she got into acting right away. That was Hat Mary J.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
I think it was with Q-Tip. I think.
You prison song. Yep.
Yeah, you see, I remember some stuff.
Yep. Look, I was like, well, she wasn't in no movie with Q-Tip. I was like, I'm not sure. Let me look this up. I don't remember seeing Prison Song.
It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. That's a movie you may drop a T on. It's pretty deep.
Okay, I'm sure Tubi has it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
And for people who don't know who Q-Tip is, we'll get later in the verses with that. But this one here, Jill Scott versus Arie. What you get?
To me, I'd go with Jill Scott. From a male's point of view, Jill was more soulful, and Arie was more like speaking to the women more than anything, in my opinion. So I would go with Jilly from Philly.
Oh man, this was tough though. I ain't gonna lie. But I gotta go with Arie, man. That's soulful music to me. Just
Brown Skin is a nice song.
Yeah.
And then video, but yeah, Brown Skin is man. I call that brown liquor music. You be sipping on some Remy, you got the lights down low and everything, and Brown Skin playing that brown liquor music.
Hey, it do what it do. It do what it do. The next one here, tell me, Jodeci versus Boyz II Men.
I'm gonna go with Jodeci. Jodeci resonated more to me than Boyz II Men. I mean, Boyz II Men was just like, the old school in front of a garbage can, on fire, singing oldies on the corner. With Jodeci, man, they was bringing that flavor, and man, I got so many. Yeah, Jodeci.
Wasn't it like Boyz II Men first video or something? They was around a garbage can or something, and it was on fire. Wasn't it their first video?
No, I think it was Motown Philly.
Oh, okay.
Motown Philly's back again. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was in a movie where Boyz II Men was around a garbage can singing like some doo-wop shit.
Oh, you know what? Was that New Jack City?
No, that was Levert and I believe Troop. That wasn't Boyz II Men.
I gotta find it. I know I'm audience.
They was singing "Living Just Enough for the city now." Living First enough.
All right, now, so people know who Q-Tip is, we got a Tribe Called Quest, or we got Outkast. What you got?
Wow. I can't.
That's
pick
hard.
One.
That's hard.
I can't choose. I can't choose on that one.
I can't go against Andre 3000. I can't. And no matter what, sure, I got Outkast on that. It's close though. It's definitely close.
Andre is great, but I'm more of a fan of Big Boy. He kind of, and I won't say he hid behind, he was probably overshadowed by Andre on the Outkast albums. But his solo joints, when he's on his own, he really let loose.
Hey, they both great
just
groups.
my
Both
opinion,
great.
but I can't pick between Tribe and Outkast.
All right, let's go to the next one. On this one, I got Future versus Meek Mill.
I'm not a huge fan of either one. And not to say I don't like them, I just not really die hard into their music. I think I'm more of a Future fan for music wise than I am what's his face, Meek Mills. Um, I really can't think of anything standout a solo joint from Meek Mills. The songs that I like with Meek Mills in it, it's more like him and maybe another person or two other people or whatever. That dreams and whatever.
Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, I I heard somebody say, "Oh, that's dope," and I listened to it. I'm like, "Meh, sorry."
I go with Future too on that one. That wasn't even close. That one, but this one may be a little close because this is more your style anyway. LL Cool J versus Run-DMC.
First of all, I hate you, and I say that to say this: it's a bad, toss up. You comparing a solo artist with a group.
Hey, it's all music catalog.
I know, but I'm partial to Run DMC because that's who really introduced me to hip hop. Even though LL is bad in a great way, just out of loyalty is Run DMC. That back and forth, that they created that style and it's just dope. They are the pioneers and they who LL idolized coming up. So I'm gonna go with Run DMC. I just can't. I just out of loyalty.
Hey man, I ain't as loyal. I'm going LL. I'm sorry. I'm going LL.
I always thought I was
style.
DMC because the glasses. DMC stands for Devastated Mic Control. So it's funny. I have a comparison with Run DMC. You got Run and you got DMC. DMC is the laid back guy. He's all about the skill. He's passionate about the rap. And Run is just flashy and he's braggadocious. And I've always been that laid back guy, so I always identified with DMC more than I did Run. But yeah, that was the first cassette that I bought. That was the first music that I bought was Run DMC's King of Rock. I played the hell out of that tape.
Definitely hopefully that was an entertaining verses for our audience. That was definitely good. But we get into our affirmations to end the show. Hopefully you got one, Roy? You want me to kick it out?
Yeah, it's kind of personal.
Okay.
All family ain't blood. All blood ain't family. That's self-explanatory.
This is one, and we'll get into this when we get to towards the New Year's episode here next week. That'll be something there. But I just want to say this one is for that. Let the past be the past, and let new beginnings be new beginnings. Fresh starts.
Okay. Especially I'm all about goals for the year, and if sometimes we slack and we don't get everything done or accomplished or whatever, here we are coming towards the end of 25. Don't worry, 26 is here. The race is not over. It's just the mile marker. You're approaching the mile marker, but 26 is coming, and you still got a chance to do your dreams and nightmares. Okay, we're gonna shout out Meek Mill for that one. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, another episode of What the Fellas Think. Episode 63. Stick up 6 fingers somewhere. But hope y'all was entertained. Hopefully, as always, we did some thought-provoking things for you.
Hopefully
you
we
were
can have our
entertained.
brother back next week. Jeremy.
Yeah, you gotta stop pimping in Brazil. Yeah.
Did he go back?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah. But I'm just joking. But definitely, hopefully, have the three amigos back next episode. Yeah. Hopefully, everybody was entertained. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And the words of our missing co-host. Until next time.
Peace.